My sister Vanessa is 2 years older than me. Growing up, she was my hero. She was beautiful and popular and confident. Everyone loved her. Teachers loved her. Boys loved her. Our parents loved her most of all. I was the quiet one, the shy one. The one who stayed in her room, reading books while Vanessa went to parties. I did not mind. I loved my sister. I looked up to her, but something changed as we got older. Vanessa became competitive. Everything was a contest. Who had the better job? Who had the nicer apartment? Who had the more attractive boyfriend? Who was invited to the better parties? I did not want to compete. I just wanted to be her sister. She did not see it that way. When our parents started talking about their will, things got worse. They were getting older. They wanted to make sure everything was in order. They had a house, some savings, a few valuable items, the diamond necklace, my mother's grandmother's ring, a painting my father had inherited from his uncle. Nothing extravagant, but meaningful. Vanessa assumed she would get everything. She was the oldest. She was the favorite. She deserved it. That was her logic. When our mother said she was splitting things evenly between us, Vanessa smiled. But I saw something in her eyes, something cold, something calculating. I did not think much of it at the time. I should have. The necklace went missing during a family dinner. It was my father's birthday. My mother wore the necklace. She always wore it on special occasions. At the end of the night, she went to put it back in her jewelry box. It was not there. She searched her room, she searched her purse, she searched the car, nothing. She asked everyone if they had seen it. My father said no. My aunt said no. My cousin said no. Vanessa said no. I said no. My mother was devastated. The necklace had been in our family for generations. It was irreplaceable. She filed a police report. She offered a reward. She called everyone who had been at the party. No one knew anything. Vanessa was very helpful during this time. She helped my mother search the house. She called the restaurant where we had eaten. She posted about the missing necklace on social media. She was the perfect daughter, the concerned sister, the family hero. I thought nothing of it. I was too busy with my own life. Work was stressful. My apartment needed repairs. I was tired all the time. I did not notice that Vanessa had been acting strange. The way she looked at me, the way she smiled when no one else was watching, the way she asked about my schedule. When I would be home, when I would be at work, when my apartment would be empty, she was gathering information. She was planning something, and I was too blind to see it. The necklace was found in my apartment. The police said it was hidden in a box in my storage closet, a box I had never seen. Wrapped in cloth I had never touched. I told them I was framed. I told them my sister had a key. I told them she had been acting strange. They listened. They took notes. They said they would investigate. Banned. But the evidence was against me. The necklace was in my apartment. My fingerprints were not on it, but that did not matter. I lived alone. I had no alibi for the night it went missing. I was home, alone. As always, my parents were called. My mother cried. My father asked me why. I said I did not do it. He said the necklace was in your apartment. I said someone put it there. He said who? I said Vanessa. He laughed. He actually laughed. He said Vanessa would never do something like that. He said she has been helping your mother search for the necklace every day. He said she has been so worried. He said you are just trying to blame someone else. I looked at my father. I looked at my mother. I saw it in their eyes. They believed I was guilty. Their quiet daughter. The one who never caused trouble. The one who kept to herself. They believed I had stolen from them. Vanessa stood behind them. She was crying too. But I saw something else in her eyes. Satisfaction. She had done this. She had framed me. And she was watching me fall. I was arrested a week later. The police came to my apartment. They read me my rights. They put me in handcuffs. They took me to the station. They booked me. Fingerprints. Mugshot, holding cell. I sat on a hard bench and stared at the gray walls. I called my parents. They did not answer. I called Vanessa. She did not answer. I called my aunt. She answered. She said she did not know what to believe. She said she hoped I was innocent. She said she would pray for me. I spent the night in that cell. I did not sleep. I thought about everything, my childhood, my sister, the way she had always resented me, the way she had always competed with me, the way she had smiled when our mother said she was splitting things evenly. I thought about the necklace, how it got into my apartment, when, who helped her. She must have had a key. She must have come when I was at work. She must have hidden it in that box and waited for the police to find it. She was clever. She was patient. She was cruel. I needed evidence, something that proved she did it, something that proved I was innocent. But I was in a jail cell. I could not investigate. I could not search her apartment. I could not look through her phone. I had to wait. I had to trust that the truth would come out. It did. Not because of the police, because of Vanessa's mistake. A mistake she did not even know she made. But I was released on bail after 3 days. My aunt posted the money. She said she believed me. She said she would help me prove my innocence. I hugged her and cried. I went back to my apartment. It felt different now. Violated. The police had left it messy. Drawers open, closet doors ajar, my privacy destroyed. I sat on my couch and I thought, Vanessa had a key to my apartment. I had given it to her years ago for emergencies. She never returned it. I never asked. I would need proof that she had been here. Security cameras. I did not have any, but my neighbor did. An elderly woman across the hall. She had a camera pointed at the hallway. She had installed it after her mail was stolen. I went to see her. I told her what happened. She was kind. She was shocked. She said she would help. She pulled up the footage from the night the necklace went missing. There was Vanessa, walking down the hallway toward my apartment, carrying a small bag. She was wearing a hoodie, sunglasses, trying to hide her face. But it was her. I recognized her walk, her posture. The way she checked her phone every few steps. She entered my apartment at 25 minutes, enough time to hide the necklace. Enough time to set me up. I saved the footage. I made copies. I called my lawyer. My lawyer was a woman named Patricia. She was sharp, experienced. She had seen cases like this before. Family members turning on each other. Jealousy. Greed. Revenge. I showed her the footage. She smiled. She said, "This changes everything." She said, "We need more. Phone records, text messages, emails. Anything that shows Vanessa's plan." I did not have access to Vanessa's phone, but I had access to something else. Our parents' house. Vanessa had been staying there often, helping our mother. Searching for the necklace. She had been using my father's computer. My father was not tech-savvy. He did not use passwords. He did not clear his browsing history. He did not know that his computer kept a record of everything. I went to my parents' house while they were at church. I sat down at my father's computer. I opened the browser history. I searched for dates around the time the necklace went missing. There it was. Searches for how to frame someone for theft, how to plant evidence without leaving fingerprints, how to avoid security cameras, how to get away with planting stolen goods. Vanessa had been researching. On my father's computer. Thinking no one would ever know, I took screenshots. I saved everything. I sent it to Patricia. She called me that night. She said, "We have enough. The prosecutor is dropping the charges, and they are opening an investigation into Vanessa." I cried. Not from sadness, from relief. The nightmare was almost over. The family meeting was my mother's idea. She wanted to clear the air. She wanted to hear from both of us. She wanted to understand what happened. I agreed. Vanessa agreed. She did not know what I had found. We sat in my parents' living room. The same living room where we had grown up. The same couch where we had watched cartoons on Saturday mornings. The same coffee table where we had done homework. Everything was familiar. Everything had changed. My mother spoke first. She said, "Clara, the charges against you have been dropped. The police say new evidence has come to light. They will not tell us what. Do you know anything about that?" I said, "Yes, I know everything." Banda Vanessa shifted in her seat. She looked nervous. She did not know what was coming. I pulled out my phone. I played the security footage. Vanessa walking down the hallway toward my apartment, entering my apartment. Leaving 25 minutes later, my mother gasped. My father stared at the screen. Vanessa went pale. "Dad," I said, "that is you, on the night the necklace went missing. Going into my apartment, coming out with the same bag you carried in." "What was in that bag, Vanessa?" She said nothing. I pulled out the screenshots from my father's browser history. I read them aloud. How to frame someone for theft. How to plant evidence without leaving fingerprints. How to avoid security cameras. How to get away with planting stolen goods. My mother started crying. My father stood up. He looked at Vanessa. He said, "Did you do this?" Vanessa started crying too. She said, "I did not mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted the necklace. It was supposed to be mine. Grandma said I could have it. Mom promised." Bongest. My mother said, "I never promised you anything. I said I would decide when the time came. You were not supposed to know about that." Vanessa said, "I heard you talking to Dad. You said Clara might get it because she appreciates family heirlooms more. I could not let that happen. It was mine. It should have been mine. I said so. You framed me for theft. You let me get arrested. You let me sit in a jail cell. You let our parents believe I was a criminal. All because of a necklace." She said, "I am sorry." I said, "You are not sorry. You are sorry you got caught." She did not deny it. Vanessa was arrested 2 weeks later. The police charged her with filing a false police report. Obstruction of justice. She spent a night in the same jail cell where I had sat. She cried the whole time. I did not feel sorry for her. Our parents were devastated. They could not believe their golden child had done something so cruel. They apologized to me, over and over. I accepted their apologies, but I did not forget that they believed I was guilty. I did not forget that they laughed when I said Vanessa was responsible. Vanessa's trial was short. The evidence was overwhelming. The security footage, the browser history, her own text messages where she bragged to a friend about getting away with it. She was convicted. She was sentenced to 18 months in prison. She served 12 for good behavior. When she got out, she moved to another state. She does not call. She does not visit. She does not acknowledge what she did. She tells people I ruined her life. She tells people I was always jealous of her. She tells people I framed her. I do not defend myself anymore. The people who matter know the truth. The people who believe her were never on my side to begin with. The necklace was returned to my mother. She wears it sometimes on special occasions. She asked me if I wanted it when she is gone. I said yes. Vanessa was not invited to that conversation. If you are going through something similar, here is my advice. Trust your instincts. If someone in your family resents, you do not ignore it. If someone has a key to your home, change the locks. If someone is acting strange, pay attention. And if you are ever accused of something you did not do, do not give up. Fight. Gather evidence. Find the truth. The truth has a way of coming out. But you have to help it. My sister framed me for theft. She thought she would get away with it. She thought I would be the one who went to prison. She thought our parents would finally see me as the villain she always believed I was. She was wrong. I cleared my name, and she ruined herself, not because of me, because of her own greed, her own jealousy, her own cruelty. I did not destroy her. She destroyed herself. I just held up a mirror. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more tales of family betrayal and the courage to fight for the truth. Click the bell for notifications. And remember, you are not what they accuse you of being. You are what you choose to become after.